All right, hey guys. So, welcome back to another video on this platform that I have been given the opportunity to steward well over. I am so grateful for those of you who have taken the time to come and to just take the time to listen to the messages in which I've been given and to fill up on scriptural content and just take this message for what it is. This message will not be for everyone, but for those of you who it does resonate with, I've already prayed for you that you receive an abundance of overflow and just growth in grace and wisdom and so many more things that our Father in heaven has in store for you. And so today's caption title is going to be access. And access is basically when you pass to and from a place and communicate with a person or a thing. So when you're passing to or from a place in order to communicate with a person or a thing. And it is also defined as the permission, liberty, ability to enter or approach. To access, it means the right opportunity to use benefits from something, to have, to gain. The action or process of obtaining or retrieving information stored in a computer's memory. That's another definition of it. Your access has been granted. That's what I kept hearing concerning this word. I'm usually given a word and then it just kind of flows with whatever is being meant for me to share with you guys. And so your access has been granted. That's what I heard. Your access has been granted. And what this means is, for many of you, the right key allows the access point. So it grants the access to a locked door. It also means it's a means of approaching or entering a place. Access is granted. Access, when I got this word, it just kind of led to so many different things, such as an access code. When you're given an access code, that gives you a code to be able to access things that are not accessible to other people. You have to have this specific code in order for you to look at a file, maybe enter a code, or even enter your phone. That's kind of what I'm getting right now is, you have to have an access code. If you have a code on your phone, you have to have an access code. In order for you to have access to anything that's within that phone or that device, you have to have an access code. And then access that you basically are able to access the information that's needed for you to gain information, gain wisdom, gain knowledge, gain insight, gain whatever your instructions may be. And so now I'm getting, it's so funny. You think about college students. So in order for you to take exams, if you're doing an exam and it's on a computer, you have to have an access code. You have to have an access code for you to even have access to be tested. And so access. And then the other thing that came from this was access the riches of heaven. So some of you have been granted this access to pass from one place to another, to receive this wisdom, to receive the power of wealth and abundance, for you guys to have access to the riches of heaven. So we know that when the riches of heaven are given to you, there is no added sorrow in that. When it comes from our Most High and Heavenly Father, He doesn't add any type of turmoil. He doesn't add chaos. He doesn't add confusion. That is all of those things are from the enemy. And so you have to be mindful of these things. You have to know, you have to be able to discern. You have to be able to have the wisdom. And so once you receive the access to obtain this wisdom, now you're going to get the ability to discern. You're going to be able to decipher whether or not this is your own will or whether or not you're in the alignment of the will of the Most High. And so when you look at these things, a lot of you are you're getting access to the riches of heaven. And so I was led to Ephesians 2:18, and it reads, "For through him we both have access by one Spirit unto the Father." One Spirit. It's not numerous spirits. I know I recorded a video previously, and if you haven't taken the time to watch it, please go watch it. It's called Deception of Alcohol. When I say that in relation to this, it's because it's one spirit. On that video, I mentioned how numerous spirits are accompanying these substances that allow them the gateway entry point into you. And so with this we see, for through him both we have access by one spirit unto the Father, and that spirit is his Son. And so I also was led to Ephesians 3:12, in whom we have boldness and access with confidence by the faith of him, not your own might, guys. I just said that. With this wisdom is going to give you the ability to discern whether or not this is your own intention, whether or not it's selfish. And we know throughout scripture, it tells us that sometimes your prayers aren't answered because you pray amiss. And to pray amiss means that you're out of the alignment of the Most High. If it's something that's just self-seeking or self-gain or ill gain or dishonest gain, those things don't come from him. Darkness and light cannot coexist. You think about a flashlight when you enter into a room after you, like, say the power goes out. If the power goes out and you have a flashlight, all of a sudden that room is not dark anymore. The light trumps the darkness every time, guys. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but what I'm just feeling right now in this moment is it's written that darkness does not trump light. It's the opposite. Light will always win. Light always has the victory. And so your access is through the one spirit unto the Father. And so this boldness that you're going to get access and with confidence, because it doesn't say with timidity, in whom we have boldness. We have boldness in him, in whom we have boldness and access with confidence by the faith of him. Not over your own might, but we have faith in him and his abilities. This is the component where you cannot be misaligned, because if you are desiring something more so for yourself versus what he has in store, which is always with your best interest in mind, which is always with your heart posture in mind. He's going to examine you based off of what's in your heart, not the things that you say, not the things that you do, not the things that you may just fictitiously display for the sake of gaining acknowledgement or validation with men, so to speak. You have to have the ability to have a pure heart, because he's going to know. He's going to know. He'll know by the way you pray. He'll know by the types of works that you do. I heard a great analogy of this particular subject matter, and it was, when you love people, you use things. But when you love things, you use people. That stuck with me so it just struck me to my core, because so many times people don't understand why I do the works that I do and don't receive anything in return. But it's because I genuinely love people. I understand that, but it's so many people that have a distorted view of thinking that they have to have something in return for just doing good. Because you're supposed to love. Charity. That is one of the greatest commands, if not the greatest, because love flows from everything else. We know our Most High is love. His word is given to us because he loves us. And so all of these different things, they tie into this access. And so he also gave me the next verse. But before that, you know, make sure you're not doing these things by your own might. Through faith, confidently believing in what's unseen. This means it's spiritual, guys. It is not something that's going to be something that you're going to see with the humanly eye. You're going to have spiritual eyes. This is why it's important for you to pray for the capacity to have wisdom, understanding, and comprehension in a way that you can understand and comprehend as given by the Most High. And then also to have the capacity to hold that wisdom and whatever information and instruction he's giving you. To also have the ability to carry out the assignments that he's placing over your life and on your life through the use of your gifts for the glorification of his kingdom, his name, and all of his riches. And so when he's giving you something to steward well over, it's important for you to have all of those things so that you don't mismanage it, so that you don't just kind of just throw it away or abuse it, because that's another thing. You can actually abuse these things. And so that's what I said. You have to be mindful of that. You need to love people and not things, because when you have it the other way around, you start using people, and that's not good. And so Romans 5 tells us by whom we by whom we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of the Almighty in heaven. We can stand and rejoice, guys. It's going to be a hopeful thing. That feeling that you're going to receive, that just level of peace, that level of confidence in knowing that you're doing his work and not your own. It comes with so many rewards, guys. And it may not look like it at the beginning. It may not even look like it halfway in. But know that your treasures are not stored up here. While granted, we may have the opportunities and some beautiful things that come along with this territory, it is something that, just goes well into just him providing so well for us. And so that your access has been granted. Your access has been granted. Like I said, I thank you guys for so many different things, and just taking the time to share this word with me and listen to this video into its entirety. If you are new here, thank you for joining. And I also want to make mention of the link in my bio. It actually will take you to my website and allow you to see all of the different gifts that he's allowed me to utilize through that platform and the different types of ministry works that I do. So you can reach out to me directly by utilizing the Contact Us portion at the bottom of the page. And if you are led to sow into this ministry work here, then you can also utilize that donate button at the bottom of the home page as well. I am, like I said, if you feel moved by this message, then please save it and come back and rewatch it. If you know someone that needs to hear this, or they fall onto your spirit and you feel the need to share it with them so that they know that their access has been granted. Let them know that their work is not in vain, but that all of the seeds sown have actually now allowed that access because they're full of that wisdom. They're full of the confidence that they need to move forward in strength in order to do the assignments that they've been called to do the things that they were crafted to complete and carry out during this lifetime. And so once again, I thank you guys. I wish you nothing but the best of success in all you do. I like I say, I've prayed for you if you've already made it to this video. And then I also just want you guys to continue to grow in grace. So I look forward to our next video, guys. I'll see you soon.